Hello YouTubers, what we're going to do today is we are going to make a scattered rhinestone design. We're going to make this Christmas tree for me for a Christmas shirt. This is the design we're making, but this is done in holographic vinyl. It's also called baby bling. And so if you're scared of rhinestones, you can do it in holographic vinyl. But this is the perfect beginner project because it's only one color. It's all the same size, all the same color, and it's scattered. So for the most part, if you get one in the wrong spot, ain't nobody gonna know. So this is a great beginner project. So let me show you all the supplies you're gonna need. All right, so the way that rhinestones work is you need a template. So the silhouette Cameo is gonna cut all these little circles for you, and then we're gonna brush in the rhinestones. There's two kinds of template material. The red and the blue. The blue is from the rhinestone world. The red most of the other places carry, and they're pretty much the same thing. Stay away from anybody else's rhinestone material. It's not the best. Stick to either the red or the blue. The old material is pink. You won't be able to find this anymore, but if you still have it, you can totally use it. This is called Magic Flock, and this is called Rock something or other. I'll go look up the name. But you need to, we're going to make our templates out of this. You're also going to need, this is called hot fix tape. And basically it's transfer tape that can get hot. And you can reuse it multiple times. It's not that expensive. You're going to need, this is a scoop from the rhinestone world. It makes brushing up rhinestones so much easier, and it's got a cork in the bottom. And then this is a trim paintbrush for painting from Home Depot or Amazon if you're too lazy to go to Home Depot. Please, please, please don't buy some special rhinestone brush. You don't need it. It is a paintbrush. They're about $3, I think, for two of them. So please don't do that. And that's how we brush in our rhinestones. Now, rhinestones come in multiple sizes. Your most common size is SS10. And these are called hot fix rhinestones, and these are green since we're making our tree. And of course, they don't want to flip over for you. They're there. There's green. SS10 is what they're called, and they're the most common size that you're going to find. And then you have SS6s, and they are little bitty bitty things. I don't know if you can tell, but they're really little things. And these are SS6s. And then you have SS16s. And they are fatter. So now, depending upon your design will tell you how many and what color of the rhinestones you need so that you can have them on hand. So let's go over to the software and set it up. Alright, so on my webpage you will see this as your you'll see this as your picture. This is just blown up. So this is the design, and it needs 1,138 SS10 rhinestones in emerald. Alright, and it means there's 1,138. Rhinestones are sold by the gross, which is 1,440 stones. So you need almost a gross. So keep that in mind. Normally they're sold by 10 gross at a time. So so we're going to go to the silhouette software. You do file and merge. And then it needs to be the SVG file. The thing with rhinestone templates, you can't resize them, because they need to be the right size to get the rhinestone to go in there. So you can't resize them. That way you can't also use the DSX or DXF or the EPS one. It doesn't come in the right size. So you need to use the SVG one. And then none of this stuff. No making it bigger, no making it smaller. Whatever size it's been made, you have to keep it that size. So down here at the bottom, it's 11 inches tall and 9.3 inches wide. That's how big it's going to be. So basically at this point, because it's all one color, we are not going to mirror it. We're just going to send this puppy Now, it is going to take a while to cut because it is going to end up double cutting each one of these little designs, each one of these holes. And so it's going to take it a minute to cut. So, now I have a custom setting set up, Rhinestone Material 1. So I've used a blade of 5, speed of 5, force of 33, 2 passes, and we're going to overcut these puppies. Okay? This is what I have been using with a brand new blade with the red rhinestone material. You definitely need to cut and test cut to make sure that your machine with your firmware and your machine and your blade are going to be able to cut through, because if not, you're just going to have a giant mess on your hands. So make sure you test cut, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to put our template material on the mat, and then we're going to put it through. Alright, so I'm going to take my settings and hit the test cut button right here. And it's set to my default cutter, which is the one to my right. You'll probably can't see it, but I have a test cut right there. And I'm going to peel it up. And this is what I want. So I want my triangle inside, and I want this all to be left. I want them to peel apart relatively easily. Okay? So now I'm just going to run this puppy through and let it cut all its little holes. Alright, so when it gets done, it looks like this. It looks like it hasn't done anything. So you're going to take a corner and peel up, and it will expose all your little circles. Now, hopefully the majority of them come out. Alright, so the majority of ours came out, and that's what we want. And then for these guys, you can just pop these right out. If you have a bunch that don't, you can put them on any really smooth surface like a countertop, and they'll pop right out. They'll stick to the countertop. So this is our template. Now templates are completely reusable, so you need to save this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go take this to my garbage can, and we're going to scrape all little dots off. Welcome to my garbage can. I had pizza the other night. Anyway, so basically just scrape. Not high tech, but you just want a smooth surface to store your template to. Alright, so I scraped up all my dots. Now when it cut really close to my backer, and it's fine as long as it's kind of a smooth place to store it. And this is how I'd store it. And it would go in my drawer. And then next year I can make more rhinestone shirts. I can make rhinestone shirts for somebody who's like, hey, I like your shirt. Hey, I made it. So keep it and reuse it. Now to start making your transfer, you're going to need to put your stencil on something flat that's not really, really smooth. Like I have a countertop down here. It's really smooth. And the problem with that is these can tear because there's holes in them. So this is my cutting mat, my self-healing cutting mat, which is once again not even used for quilting. But I really like putting it on this. It's flat and it'll peel right back up. So you peel them right back up. And it's not so smooth and sticky. So, alright. So these are my SS10 green emerald rhinestones. And what you're going to do is you're just going to dump a bunch out. And you seem to do better going like at a 45 to your design. And you're going to brush them all in. And then if one doesn't get into place, you're going to go back and brush it in. Alright, so I brushed in, and you have to be really careful because it's easy to leave a couple kind of extra ones on here, not meaning to. They kind of blend in. But even at the best of times, you're going to have some that just don't brush in. So break out the tweezers and put them in. Now you can go back and brush and brush and brush. I just kind of give up and put them in with tweezers at a certain point. Alright, so before you pick up these rhinestones, you need to make sure that all the extra rhinestones are scooped back up, because you don't need extra rhinestones on your transfer tape. So brush them off your workspace. Brush them off your workspace and put them up. And then you always kind of need to be on the checkout, or the lookout for, you need to be on the lookout for ones that are out of place or not flipped over. Alright, so this is my hot fix tape. It's basically a transfer tape that's meant for hot stuff. Now, double check and triple check that you don't have any rhinestones in the wrong spot, or any rhinestones that are flipped over, okay? They get a little bit harder to mess with after they get off this template. So you're going to peel the backing off. This is clear. You're going to go in a U shape, and you have to do this all in one moment. If you hesitate, you're going to make a mess, all right? So you have to go in one motion. Now, if you're looking at this and going, oh crap, something's out of place, you can kind of scooch it around with your fingernails a little bit right now. You can also use your little brush and brush. Now this transfer tape you can reuse. So we're going to pick them all up. And then one didn't want to come, so we're going to coat back down. Actually, see, after all of that, check this out. Right here, there's two in the same one. Yep, after all of that. So we'll just leave him. Don't do that. Don't mess with them when they're like that. You're just going to make a mess. Flip them over. You can put them back down on this guy. And then if you just really need to mess with something, you can kind of get away with messing with them now. But in all honesty, just don't. I know you want to, and see how I'm doing it, but don't. And see, this guy's now flipped the wrong side. All right, so we are over at my heat press. It is set for 335. Now, this is totally washable and dryable. I have ones that I've washed and dried a million times. I've put this on with the heat press. If you put this on with an iron, I would highly suggest you hand washing it, because they're a little more likely to come off because they need pressure and heat, and it's just kind of hard to do that with an iron. The other thing is I have threaded this on here, so the bottom's down. It's a really thin, squishy dress, and I have a lopsided rhinestone design because I did this and it shifted. And so basically I've just taken my hot fix tape, put it on here where I think it should go, and we're gonna close it for 15 seconds. And you can peel this right away. Now I have two that stuck. The reason that they stuck is that they are upside down. Now, at this point, if you want to go back, so that was where my one was stuck upside down. I don't know where my other one was. You can go back in here and we can just put them in with some tweezers. And if you want to put any more in, or if you decide, I don't know, like there's not one in the design there, but you want to put this in, this is the time to do that. You can go put them in wherever you want to. But you do need to put your Teflon sheet on, and be careful when you do it. You don't want to move them. And then you can press it again for another 15 seconds. Alright, so there is our finished rhinestone Christmas tree. And see, if you miss one, nobody would ever know. Right? So, I hope this makes rhinestones not so scary. They're really not that hard. It's the whole reason I ended up with my silhouette Cameo in the first place. I didn't even know what vinyl was. Isn't that funny? But I love the idea you can rhinestone. And it's really not that hard to do. One color rhinestone transfers are great. You can reuse that template. You can all have matching rhinestone Christmas trees for Christmas if you wanted to. So see, it's really not that hard. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more tutorials on whatever crosses my mind. Thank you.